Hello and welcome to Replacement Player Baseball. Today, the Cubs are going to continue this 6-game road trip in New York against the Yankees. The Cubs, having lost 2 out of the first 3 in Cincinnati, are now trying to even up the road trip with a second win. Additionally, the Cubs have a big trade to announce today. Javier Baez and a couple of prospects have been traded to the Boston Red Sox in return for Xander Bogaerts and Jackie Bradley Jr. and a couple of Boston minor leaguers. So this will be a big shakeup in the Cubs clubhouse today, and we will see how it plays out on the field. Today's game in New York is going to feature, if my information is correct, former Cub Kyle Hendricks making his 17th start of the season. He is at 2-8 with a 5.72 ERA, 160 WHIP. The Yankees lineup today will include Brett Gardner, DJ LeMahieu, former Cub Gleyber Torres, went to the Yankees in the trade that brought Aroldis Chapman to the Cubs several years ago. Giancarlo Stanton, Aaron Judge, Gary Sanchez, Luke Voit, Miguel Andujar, and Kyle Holder. Cubs are going to send Mike Tauchman, Danny Santana, Chris Bryant, Xander Bogaerts, batting cleanup in his first game as a Cub, Ian Happ, Wilson Contreras, Jason Kipnis, and Jason Hayward out. And then Jackie Bradley Jr. will bat ninth and play center field. Jason Kipnis is going to be the DH for the Cubs today as we are playing in an American League ballpark. Jonathan Loaiza is making start number 17 of the season. He is 4-5 with a 5.17 ERA, 130 WHIP. It is 75 degrees outside in New York today, wind blowing in from center at 13 mph. And let's get this game underway. Kyle Hendricks ready to throw out the first pitch, facing Mike Tauchman. Former Yankee, these two were traded for each other. Cubs come in at 39-42, third place in the NL Central. Yankees are leading the American League East with a record of 48-32. Hendricks taking the mound against a team that he is very familiar with, looking for the sign, and here's the pitch. And Tauchman is going to line it right at Voit. That is going to be caught for out number 1. Santana now batting. The switch hitter Santana stepping in from the left side. 1 strike count, 1 out. Hendricks working. Here's the pitch. And he lines one to right field. And a diving catch. Aaron Judge making an acrobatic catch to lay out in right field and rob Santana of extra bases. Chris Bryant now is the batter. He steps up with 2 outs, nobody on, 2-ball count to Bryant. And Bryant crushes one, but that is not deep enough out to left center field. It looked good coming off the bat, sure sounded good, but ultimately Stanton catches it for out number 3. Well, we go to the bottom of the first inning. It is a 0-0 ball game. Loaiza pitching to Gardner. 1 strike count. Loaiza looking for the sign. And here's the pitch. And there's a nubber back up the middle. It gets past the mound over to short. Bogaerts comes in to make the play, but the throw is late. And Gardner has a leadoff infield single. DJ LeMahieu now stepping up. Nobody out, runner on first, 1-1 count. And he pokes one out in center field. That's going to drop for another base hit. Yankees have not hit the ball particularly hard, but they have back-to-back singles, and now there's runners on the corners with nobody out. Gleyber Torres is the next batter. Torres with a 1-strike count, waiting for the pitch from Loaiza. Popped up to center. This is going to be playable. It's hanging up in the air for what feels like a week. The throw comes home. The runner's trying to tag up and score. The throw is late. And Gardner scores on the sacrifice fly. Took the umpire a long time to signal, but he did in fact call him safe. So now there's 1 out. The Yankees have a 1-0 lead. Giancarlo Stanton is the batter. LeMahieu on first. 2-strike count from Loiza. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Loiza got him out in front with the changeup. And now Judge will bat. Coming up with 2 outs and a runner on first. 3-ball count to Aaron Judge. Low and away, ball 4. I don't think he got a single pitch that he was actually going to swing at. Walk number 43 on the season for Aaron Judge, and that brings up Gary Sanchez. First pitch to Sanchez, and that's hit into the gap in left center field. That's going to go all the way to the wall. 1 run is in. Stanton is coming around third. He is going to score. The throw comes home. It is late. That is a 2-run RBI double for Gary Sanchez, and the Yankees now have a 3-0 lead. Luke Voit is the next batter. First pitch to Voit, and he grounds to third. Bryant has it, throws to Santana at first, and that is out number 3. Well, the Yankees score 3 times. We go to the top of the second of a 3-0 New York lead. Xander Bogaerts, making his first at-bat with the Cubs, is going to be the leadoff hitter. Waiting for the 1-strike pitch from Hendricks, and he pops it up on the infield. Hendricks waves off the shortstop and makes the grab himself. And that is out number 1. Ian Happ now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. 2-2 count to Happ. Here comes the pitch. And there's a grounder up the middle. The shift was on. The shortstop was in the correct position. He makes the play, throws to first, retires Happ for out number 2. Wilson Contreras now is the batter. 2 outs, nobody on. Full count pitch to Contreras. Hendricks with the pitch. Strike 3 called. And Contreras heads back to the dugout. So the Cubs are retired in order. We go to the bottom of the second of a 3-0 Yankees lead. Miguel Andujar is going to be the leadoff hitter for the Yankees here in the bottom of the second. 1-2 count from Loiza. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Loiza got him to whiff at the sinker, and now Holder is the batter. Full count payoff pitch to Holder. Way outside, ball 4. He was never going to swing at that one. So now Gardner is coming up to bat with 1 out, 1 man on. 2-ball count from Loiza. And that is going to leave the park. That is a 2-run home run to deep right field as Hayward just watches it go by. Brett Gardner has 5 home runs now on the season. 374 feet out to right center field. And it is a 5-0 Yankee lead. LeMahieu now comes up with 1 out and the base is clear. 1-1 count from Loiza. And that's lined into left field. That's going to be another base hit as it drops in front of Tauschman for a single. Gleyber Torres now batting. 1 out, 1 man on. 3-0 count. And Torres pokes that one over Bryant's head. Finds the perfect spot down the left field line to drop that one in for another base hit. So the Yankees threatening again. 2 men on, 1 out. And Kerry Wood has seen enough. He is bringing in the reliever, righty Casey Sadler, to face Stanton and the middle of the Yankees lineup. So that is the end of the day for Jonathan Loiza. He only throws 1 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Not a good day for him. Sadler now pitching. 1 out, 2 on. Wood going to the bullpen early today with Sadler giving up 5. And there's a ground ball to third. Bryant has it. Throw goes to second. Relay to first. And there's a ground ball double play to end the inning. Well, Sadler did his job. The Yankees score 2 more runs and now lead 5-0. Kipnis leading off for the Cubs against the righty Hendricks in the top of the 3rd inning. Kipnis grounds to short. The throw goes to first, and Kipnis is retired for out number 1. Hayward now batting for the Cubs. 2-0 count. Hayward grounds to first. The first baseman, Voit, steps on the bag, and out number 2 is recorded. Jackie Bradley now making his first at-bat with the Cubs, coming up with 2 outs in the top of the 3rd inning. Hendricks looking for the sign. 1-2 count. And that's going to be a base hit down the right field line. Bradley rounding first, heading for second. He's going to have a double. And that is a 2-out double for Jackie Bradley Jr. It is a first base hit of the Cubs in this ball game. Mike Tauschman now the batter with 2 outs, 1 man on. 2-0 count to Tauschman. That's going to be another base hit. That goes into center field. Bradley is rounding third. He is heading home. He slides and he is safe. Bradley scores the first run of the ball game for the Cubs on the Tauschman RBI single. Now the lead has been cut. It is 5-1. Santana batting. 2 outs, 1 man on. Hendricks struggling to get the third out here in the third inning. 1-2 count. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. The sinker fooled him, and Hendricks has his second strikeout of the game. We go to the bottom of the third. It is 5-1 New York. Aaron Judge will lead off against Casey Sadler here in the bottom of the third inning. 1 ball count, Sadler working. That's going to be a base hit up the middle. That is base hit number 7 on the day for the Yankees. So a leadoff single for Judge brings up Gary Sanchez. Nobody out. 1-1 count. Sadler with the pitch. It's a fly ball to center. And Bradley comes in, making the play. That is out number 1. Luke Voit now batting with 1 out, 1 man on. 2-1 count. And there's a grounder up the middle. The throw goes to second. And the relay to first. Happ to Bogarts to Santana for a ground ball double play. And the Yankees are retired in the third inning. That's the first inning where the Yankees have not scored. So we go to the top of the fourth of a 5-1 New York lead. Chris Bryant now batting. 1-2 count from Hendricks. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. And Bryant heads back to the dugout. Xander Bogaerts now batting. 1 out, nobody on. 3-1 count to Bogaerts. And he takes ball 4 up and in. Heads down to first on the walk. And that will bring up Ian Happ. Ian Happ with 1 out, 1 man on. 3-0 count. And Happ draws a walk. So the Cubs now have first and second with 1 out on back-to-back walks. And Wilson Contreras is coming up to bat. Hendricks with the first pitch to Contreras. And the pitch gets away. That's going to be a wild pitch, and both runners will advance. So the Cubs now have second and third, 1 out, and are threatening in the top of the fourth inning. Contreras waiting for the 1-2 pitch. And he lines a base hit into left field. 1 run is going to score. The second runner stops at third. Credit Contreras with an RBI single, and the lead is now 5-2 in favor of the Yankees. Jason Kipnis will now come up to bat with runners on the corners and 1 out. Cubs trying to continue to make a dent in this Yankees lead. And Kipnis grounds it to third. The throw goes to second, the relay to first, and that is an inning-ending double play. Well, the Cubs score again. The Yankees lead is now 3 as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Miguel Andujar is going to lead off against Casey Sadler, who's coming out for his third inning of work. 2-strike count from Sadler. Here's the pitch. That's lined into center field. Bradley shifts over and makes the catch for out number 1. Holder now batting. 1 out, nobody on. 1-1 count. Sadler with the pitch. Grounder to third. Bryant has it, throws to first, and that is out number 2. Gardner now batting with 2 outs, nobody on. Gardner comes up to the plate. Full count pitch. Sadler gets the sign, and here it comes. That is ball 4, low and inside. I guess Sadler did not like that call on the full count pitch, but LeMahieu now is the batter with 2 outs, runner on first, 1-1 count, and that's popped up to center. Bradley goes back. That ball is hanging up there a long time. He's on the warning track, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So the Yankees get a runner, but he is stranded. We go to the top of the fifth, 5-2 New York. Hayward leading off for the Cubs against Hendricks. Top of the fifth inning, first pitch to Hayward. That's going to be a base hit into left field. Hayward dumps that into left, going the other way for a leadoff single. And now Bradley is going to bat for the Cubs. He is 1 for 1 today. First pitch from Hendricks. And that's popped up to right. That's going to be easily playable as Judge comes in and makes the catch for out number 1. Tauschman now batting. 1 out, 1 man on. Hendricks facing Tauschman. First pitch, and the runner is going. Hayward slides into second, and he is out. Gary Sanchez throws a strike down to second base and gets Hayward on the steal attempt. So now, Cubs have 2 outs and nobody on. Tauschman still batting with a 1-2 count. And there's a grounder to second. The throw goes to first, and the side is retired. Well, we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is 5-2 New York. Gleyber Torres leading off against Casey Sadler. Sadler coming out to pitch again here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 26 pitches to his name so far. First pitch to Gleyber Torres. That's lined into center field. That's going to be a base hit as it drops in front of Bradley. And Torres will be held to a single. So now Stanton comes up, nobody out, 1 man on. And an 0-2 pitch from Sadler. That's popped up to center. Bradley comes in, and he will make this play for out number 1. So now Judge is batting with 1 out, 1 man on. 2-1 count with the pitch to Judge. And that's popped up to center again. Bradley comes in, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So Gary Sanchez now batting. Torres still on first. 2 outs, 1 man on. Sadler trying to end the bottom of the 5th inning. 1 strike count. And there's a grounder to short. Bogaerts has it. Throws to first. And that is the end of the 5th inning. Sadler has done an amazing job in relief for the Cubs today. He has thrown 3 scoreless innings. We go to the top of the 6th. The Cubs are trailing 5-2. Hendricks, with 64 pitches, coming out to face Santana here in the top of the 6th inning. 1-1 count from Hendricks. Here it comes. And that's crushed to right field. Santana got all of that one. That's going to be 10 rows deep in the right field stands. Judge just watches that one sail on by. 379 feet for Danny Santana, and the lead is now 5-3 in favor of the Yankees. So Chris Bryant is the next batter. 1 run already in, nobody out, nobody on base. 1 ball count to Bryant. Hendricks with the pitch. And that's popped up to right. Judge coming in this time and making the catch for out number 1. Now we have Bogaerts coming up. 1 out, nobody on base. 1-2 count to Bogaerts. Here's the pitch. Bogaerts swings and misses for strike 3. That is strikeout number 60 on the season for Hendricks and number 4 in this game. Ian Happ now batting. 2 outs, nobody on. 2-2 count to Happ. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called. Happ strikes out on the changeup. He heads back to the dugout. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is a 5-3 New York lead. Luke Voit is going to lead off as Casey Sadler is coming out to work the bottom of the 6th inning. He has thrown 36 pitches already. And here's the first pitch to Luke Voit. There's a grounder to third. That gets by Bryant down the left field line into the corner. Tauschman is chasing. The throw goes back into the cutoff man, and Luke Voit has a leadoff double here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And that will be the end of the day for Casey Sadler. Casey Sadler, in an amazing relief performance today, threw 3 2/3 innings of 3 hit, 1 walk baseball. He only threw 1 fewer pitch than the starter, John Loaiza. Now Kirby Yates is going to come in to pitch. He is going to face Andahar with a runner in scoring position, nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch from Yates. Looking for the sign. And here it comes. Popped up to center. Bradley goes back and he makes the catch. Man, I didn't know if that was going to go over his head or not, but Bradley makes the play in center field, gets the ball in quickly, and prevents the runner from tagging up and advancing. So that's 1 out, and now Holder is batting. with the runner still on second. And a 1-2 count. And there's a grounder to short. Oh, Bogaerts dives, but he can't get it. The ball goes into left field. The throw comes home. And Voit is safe at home. Holder gets an RBI single. And the Yankees extend their lead back out to 6-3. Bogaerts looked like he had a chance at that play, but ultimately it got just by him out of his reach. So now Gardner is going to bat with 1 out, 1 man on. Full count from Yates. Popped up to left. Tauschman coming in. And he makes the play. That is going to be out number 2. So Yates now working to DJ LeMahieu with runner on first, 2 outs, 1-2 count. Check swing, strike 3. The umpire rung him up anyway. So we're going to the top of the 7th inning now of a 6-3 New York lead. Contreras coming up to bat for the Cubs, leading off in the top of the 7th inning. 2-0 count to Contreras. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a base hit in center field. That's going to drop in front of the center fielder, and Contreras will have a leadoff single for the Cubs. Hendricks now working to Kipnis. With nobody out, runner on first. First pitch to Kipnis. That's going to be another base hit. That one goes into left field. Contreras stops at second. The Cubs have back-to-back singles to lead off the 7th inning, and it is Hendricks going to work to Hayward here with nobody out and 2 runners on. Cubs trying to come back in this 6-3 ball game. 1 strike count to Hayward. And Hayward hits that one a mile. That's going to be in the upper deck in the right field seats, and the Cubs have tied this ball game at 6. Jason Hayward with a 3-run home run off of the Kyle Hendricks pitch. And now the Cubs have tied this ball game at 6. That's going to be the end of the day for Kyle Hendricks. He did not record an out in the 7th inning, allowed 3 runs. His line on the day, 6 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 2 home runs allowed. So now, Chad Green will be brought in to face Jackie Bradley Jr. 27 innings pitched on the year for Green, 10 walks, 34 strikeouts, and a 6.33 ERA. Bradley, 1 for 2 today, with a 1-strike count, waiting for the pitch from Green. And here it comes. And he hits one out to straightaway center field. That is going to be playable on the warning track, and it is reeled in for out number 1. Gardner had to go back a long way, but he did make that catch. And now Tauschman is batting with 1 out, 2-ball count from Green. And that's going to be a liner over the shortstop's head and into center field. That's going to be a 1-out single for Mike Tauschman. Santana now batting. 1 out, 1 man on. Santana, 1 for 3 with a home run already today. 1-2 count. Santana swings and misses for strike 3. So Santana is dismissed, and now Bryant comes up, 2 outs, 1 man on. Cubs trying to break this 6-6 tie in the top of the 7th inning. 2-2 count to Bryant. Here it comes. That's going to be a base hit up the middle. That'll be a single for Chris Bryant. The runner holds at second as the relay goes directly to third base. And now Xander Bogaerts is batting with 2 outs and 2 men on. Bogaerts waiting for the 0-2 pitch. And Bogaerts hits that one out to left field. That is the second 3-run home run of the inning for the Cubs, and they now have a 9-6 lead. Xander Bogaerts hitting his first home run as a Cub, his 9th of the season, 403 feet to straightaway left field. What a dramatic comeback for the Cubs here in the top of the 7th inning. And now Jose Leclerc is going to come out and pitch for the Yankees. He's going to face Ian Happ with 2 outs and the bases clear. Chad Green gave up 3 more runs and recorded only 2 outs. 1-2 count from Leclerc. And here's the sign and the pitch. Strike 3 called. Happ goes down looking. However, the Cubs score 6 in the top of the 7th inning, And we have a brand new ball game with a 9-6 Cub lead. Kirby Yates is going to face Gleyber Torres in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2-1 count from Yates. And that's popped up. Gleyber Torres pops it up in foul territory. Bryant is chasing and makes the catch right in front of the stands for out number 1. Stanton now batting with 1 out, nobody on. 2-ball count to Stanton. Here comes the pitch. Grounder to third. Bryant has it. This time he has to throw to first to complete the out, and he does. That is out number 2. Aaron Judge now batting. 2 outs, nobody on. Full count pitch from Yates. And that is hit a mile down the right field line. Hayward doesn't even react. However, the ball curves around the foul pole. It is a foul ball. He just missed a home run by just a few feet down the right field line. So Judge continuing to bat with a full count and 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Here's the pitch. That's popped up. That's going to be playable behind shortstop. Bogaerts goes back, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Well, we go to the top of the 8th inning now. It is a 9-6 Cub lead. Contreras batting against Leclerc here in the top of the 8th. 2-2 pitch. Leclerc working. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Contreras comes up empty. He heads back to the dugout, and now Kipnis is batting with 1 out, nobody on. 1 strike count to Kipnis. Here's the pitch. Kipnis hits that one hard to left field. It might be. It could be. It is caught on the warning track. Stanton makes the catch with the back up to the wall. And so that is the 2nd out of the inning. And here is Jason Hayward. Jason Hayward is 2 for 3 today with a home run and 3 RBIs. Hayward waiting for the 2-2 pitch. And there's a grounder up the middle. Shortstop has it, throws to first, and that is out number 3. So we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is still 9-6 Chicago. Gary Sanchez batting for the Yankees. He is going to face the new Cub pitcher, Trevor Rosenthal. Rosenthal comes in with 34 1/3 innings thrown, 19 walks, 38 strikeouts, and a .183 ERA. Rosenthal with a 2-strike count, looking for the sign. Here's the pitch to Sanchez. Oh, and he hit him. He plunked him right in the shoulder. And Sanchez heads down to first. So Rosenthal now pitching to Voit with nobody out and a runner on first base. First pitch to Voit. Here it comes. There's a grounder to short. Bogaerts to Happ to Santana, and that is a routine ground ball double play. 6-4-3. And now Andahar is the batter with 2 outs and nobody on base. 1 strike count. Here's the pitch. Another grounder to short. The throw goes directly to first this time, and the side is retired. That is 3 down for the Yankees. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Cubs leading 9-6. Bradley steps up against Leclerc in the top of the 9th inning. 0-2 count, Leclerc working. And here's the pitch. And that's going to be a liner right at the first baseman. Voit reaches out and makes the play for out number 1. Tauchman now batting, 1 out, nobody on. 2-2 count to Tauchman. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a line drive into right field. Past the second baseman, a single for Tauchman. Nice piece of hitting right there to get it out of the infield. And that is going to be it for Leclerc. The Yankees are now going to bring in Luis Avalon. He has thrown 26 1/3 innings so far this year, 13 walks, 25 strikeouts, and a 6.15 ERA. Avalon will face Danny Santana, who's going to step in from the right side this time against the lefty Avalon. 1-1 count, 1 out, runner on first. Santana waiting for the pitch. And that's going to be a gapper into right center field. That's going all the way to the wall on 1 hop. Santana heads for second. He has got extra bases. And the runner stops at third, Tauchman. So the Cubs now have second and third and 1 out. And Chris Bryant coming up. Cubs looking to extend this 3-run lead in the top of the 9th inning. 1-2 count to Bryant. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Bryant chased one outside the zone. He heads back to the dugout, and Bogaerts is the batter. 1 for 3 with a 3-run shot in the 7th inning for Bogaerts. Gave the Cubs the lead that they currently enjoy. 1-ball count. And that one gets away. The runner's coming home. He slides, and he is safe. And the Cubs now have a 10-6 lead on the wild pitch from Avalon. Bogaerts now batting with Santana on third and 2 outs. And a 2-1 count. Waiting for the pitch. That's going to be a grounder to third. That'll be routine. The throw goes to first. And the side is retired. So we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Cubs hanging on to a 4-run lead. Rosenthal will continue to pitch in the bottom of the 9th. He's going to face Holder and then the top of the Yankees lineup. 2-0 pitch from Rosenthal. Here it comes. And that is hit hard into right field. Hayward has to chase it down. It goes to the wall. This is going to be extra bases. The runner gets into second. Holder with a double to lead off the Yankees half of the 9th inning. So now we have Gardner coming up. Runner on second, nobody out. 1 strike count. Rosenthal with the pitch, and he hits him. That's the second pitch, the second hit batsman that Rosenthal has today. And now Iglesias is coming in to pitch for the Cubs. He's going to be brought in with first and second, nobody out, bottom of the 9th inning. Cubs trying to hang on to this 10-6 lead. He's going to face LeMahieu, Torres, and Stanton in the bottom of the 9th. Iglesias is going to earn his pay today, coming in with a 1.69 ERA and 21 saves on the season. Here's the sign and the pitch, and LeMahieu pops it up to center. Bradley coming in. He has to come in a long ways, and he makes the catch for out number 1. The runners are not able to tag up in advance. That was a fairly shallow fly ball to center. Torres now batting with 1 out, 2 on. 1 strike count to Torres. Here's the pitch. Popped up to left center. Tauschman comes over. Bradley comes over. Bradley waves him off and makes the catch for out number 2. Well, pair of fly balls has now made this Stanton to be brought up with 2 outs and 2 men on. Iglesias facing Stanton with a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. And that is hit hard. Left field, and that is a 3-run shot for Giancarlo Stanton. Fortunately, because the Cubs have a 4-run lead, that only makes the game 10-9. However, 380 feet out to left field for Giancarlo Stanton. And the Yankees now send the tying run up to the plate in the form of Aaron Judge. Iglesias working now with the bases the bases empty and 2 outs to Aaron Judge. 2 strike count. Iglesias with the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is going to end the ball game. Well, the Yankees certainly made a dramatic attempt at a comeback, but were just short. The Cubs score 10 runs on 13 hits with no errors. Yankees 9 runs on 12 hits with no errors, and the Cubs are victorious 10-9. The player of the game today is the Yankees' Brett Gardner. Interesting. Gardner 2 for 3 with a home run, 3 runs scored, 2 RBIs, and a walk in the game. The Cubs' Kirby Yates earns the win. He threw 2 innings of relief. Rosenthal gets a hold. Iglesias gets his 3rd save as the Cub, although he tried to give the game up. And the real story of this game is the Cubs' bullpen, throwing 7 2/3 innings of relief and keeping the Cubs in this ball game, giving them a chance to come back and win. Hendricks is actually not tagged with the loss. That goes to Chad Green, because he gave up the lead on the Bogaerts home run. So the Cubs improved to 40-42. The Yankees dropped to 48-33. Thank you for listening to Replacement Player Baseball.